What it do? Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video. Guys, here we are with the greatest recorded speeches in American history from 1933 to 2008. I'm intrigued to hear some of these speeches. We are going to split this video into two parts, so when it gets halfway, I'm going to stop the video and we're going to get through the next part probably tomorrow. But I'm ready to jump in. But before we do, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Truman, I talk back. If you got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon, or in the description section there's a Google form. What we got?
So first of all,
FDR.
let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. Yesterday, December...
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. You feel me? Okay, FDR, I'm not bad for stopping you. I thought that speech was
into advance.
A short time ago, an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima and destroyed its usefulness to the enemy. That bomb has more power than 20,000 tons of TNT. The Japanese began the war from the air at Pearl Harbor. They have been repaid many-fold, and the end is not yet. With this bomb, we have now added a new...
That wasn't the... He said that bomb contains more power than 20,000 pounds of TNT. I knew we dropped the bomb. Know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I knew we dropped, but I didn't know. I knew. I guess to an extent how powerful it was, but 20,000 pounds of TNT. When he say we repaid them many-fold, he meant many-fold. Oh, and it wasn't. It should have been over after that. After that, that should have been a wrap.
The end is not yet. With this bomb, we have now added a new and revolutionary increase in destruction to supplement the growing power of our armed forces.
We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
Shout out Dwight. That was a good speech, Dwight. That was a good speech, Dwight, and I completely agree with that one.
This combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it.
Yeah.
And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah, JFK! Yeah, JFK! JFK was my guy. I'm so sorry. I just rock with JFK.
Ask what you can do for your country.
I love that. I love that speech.
My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Come on.
And there are even a few who say that it's true that communism is an evil system, but it permits us to make economic progress.
Lass sie nach Berlin in kommen. Let them come to Berlin.
What that mean? Delivered to an audience of 450,000. Speech was a notable Cold War moment. Oh, okay. Underlining America's support for West Germany 22 months after the Soviets put up.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Y'all gotta tell me what Ich bin ein Berliner mean. Y'all gotta hey, I'm gonna just Google it, actually. We got enough time, guys. We got enough time. I'm finna Google the word, because I need to know. It's gonna bother me. Ich bin ein Berliner. It don't even say. Y'all tell me what it means in the comment section.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Hey, I've never heard this speech. What's crazy is I've never heard this actual speech. I've heard it's one of the most famous speeches of all time, and I've never heard it.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Talk to him, doctor. Talk to him.
It happened. When we let it be, and everything, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Yeah, that speech gives you a little goosebumps and get you a little excited. Well, my children will not be judged on the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Free, where we can join hands, the whole world, different races, different religions, everybody can join hands. Free at last, thank God Almighty. Free at last. Okay, I'm sorry. That one was a little inspirational right there. Got me excited.
There is no constitutional issue here. The command of the Constitution is plain.
Days after protesters organized by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King were brutally attacked in Selma, Alabama, President Johnson urged the full Congress to guarantee African Americans the right to vote.
Constitutional issue here. The command of the Constitution is plain. There is no moral issue. It is wrong, deadly wrong, to deny any of your fellow Americans the right to vote in this country.
Come on now.
To know war is to know that there is still madness in this world. There are poor to be lifted up, and there are cities to be built, and there's a world to be helped. Yet, we do what we must. I am hopeful, and I will try with best I can with everything I've got to end this battle and to return our sons to their desires. Yet, as long as others will challenge America's security and test the dearness of our beliefs with fire and steel, then we must stand or see the promise of 2 centuries crumble.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
Talk to him,
But
doctor.
somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Come on now. Come on now.
Just as I say, we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around. We aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
Come on. Come on now.
So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Bro, so unfortunate, so tragic that he was assassinated the day after giving this speech. But let me say, what an incredible speech. That gives you goosebumps. That gives you shivers. These so far, guys, I've seen incredible speeches by a lot of these about a lot of these guys, and I don't know. These speeches just move you, I guess, because I've never heard any of them, to be honest.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice between fellow human beings. He died in the cause of that effort. For those of you who are black and are tempted to be filled with hatred and mistrust of the injustice of such an act against all white people, I would only say that I can also feel in my own heart the same kind of feeling. I had a member of my family killed, but he was killed by a white man. But we have to make an effort in the United States. We have to make an effort to understand, to get beyond or go beyond these rather difficult times. My favorite poem, my favorite poet was Aeschylus. And he once wrote, "Even in our sleep, pain which cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart, until in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God." What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness, but is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our country, whether they be white or whether they be black.
And that's what MLK fought for. You know what I'm saying? Was to love, to come together. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sure when he did die, he didn't want people's heart to fill with rage. He didn't want people to retaliate with violence. He never preached for that. He always preached of coming together, of love, you know what I'm saying, of unity, like he said. But we're going to say the second part for tomorrow, guys. Probably tomorrow. If you guys like this first one, we'll do second tomorrow. If not, we probably won't do the second one. But that's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video, you can subscribe to Patreon, leave a suggestion, or in the description section, there's a Google form link. Hit the link, fill out your suggestion, send it to me. Want me to get to yours faster, fill out premium. Make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.